Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we're going to talk about Yokai. This is designed by Julian Griffin. The artist is Christina Alcouf, and it, of course, is published by Gamewright.
You guys, this is a cooperative, kind of a memory-style game where you have to rearrange these different tiles, but you're having to do it without communicating to your partner, at least through words. Let me show you what I mean. All right, here's our setup for Yokai. We've got a 4x4 grid of all of our Yokais that we're trying to pair up. Then over here we have our clue cards. We've got our deck, and then we start with 3 of them out there. On our turn, what we're going to do is we're going to flip over 2 of these. Take a look at them. So we've got a red, and then we've got a purple. All right, well then we're going to flip them back over, and then we're going to be able to move one of them. Now at this point, we don't really know a whole lot. Let's just move the purple one away, so that way we know that those 2 are not the same. We're kind of signaling that to our partners. Then we can either add in a new clue, flip over the top card to add to our pile, or assign one of these clues to one of the cards we just saw. So we can put this one on here, showing this one's either blue or red. The next person, on their turn, they might look at these 2. See that they're different. Flip them back over. Let's move one of them. Again, they're kind of just telegraphing some information here. And then they're going to tell some information about what they saw. That's basically how the game is going to go. We're just going to keep on flipping these over, looking at them. Now it's our turn, and we actually know that this one is red. These 2 are also red, so we're actually going to leave them all alone. By not moving one of them, we're signaling that we kind of all want these to be together. But we can move this one, or move something else entirely just to kind of just symbolically show something. And then we can either use this clue, or we can flip over a new one. It gets kind of tricky, but what we're really trying to do is we are trying to get all of the symbols of the same color touching. So we want all of the reds to be touching. We also want all the purples, greens, and blues all to be grouped together. Also, you cannot split these apart. You can't have like 2 separate groupings going. It all has to be kind of one contiguous blob of tiles here. Also, this deck kind of acts as our timer. So you either going to be flipping a card over or placing a clue every single turn. And eventually, just flip it, place it out. Flip it, place it out. This is going to run out, and that's going to be when the game ends. At that point, what you're going to do is you're going to look at all the tiles that have clues on them and make sure that the clues were in fact accurate. So we had a blue and purple on there. We flipped it over, saw this was in fact purple, so we're good. Then we flip over the rest of the tiles and see if in fact we were able to group everything successfully together. If we were, then we win the game. If not, maybe try again next time. There are 3 different kinds of clues. There are ones that are 1 of 3 different colors. This is the most vague clue. 1 of 2 different colors, and then obviously, hey, this is just a red tile, which is the most helpful one. The rulebook talks about some extra variants that you can play, and it kind of ranks them in difficulty as well. So once you've mastered the base game, you can add in some variants as well and try to get to the most difficult level. One of the things you can do is you can take one of these cards, shuffle them up, reveal this. In addition to the normal base game parameters, you have to have a purple and a green touching each other in order to win. Another one of the levels kind of messes with the hint cards and makes them so they're played face down, so that's really, really tricky. And there's another one where you have to end the game with a certain shape configuration, and if you are unable to end with that certain configuration, you're going to lose the game as well, in addition to needing to have it be grouped by colors as always. So there's a lot of difficulty variability, but again, the base rules stay the same. If you guys, by the end of the deck running out, are able to get everything grouped together, you're going to win the game.
So one of the things that is really neat about this, at least I think so, is you could have, if you wanted to, you could have taken these yokai and this like Japanese folklore and gone all out with the art, and then it would have confused the player when they were looking at the things. But I just really like how they made it engaging but simple, right? I mean, you know that that's purple, you know that that's green, with just looking at them while still having engaging artwork. So I thought that was a very good choice to make that, instead of having these intricate, pictures that they could have had. They had these really fun, but also like you just knew what you were looking at.
I thought that the timer was really important. As a cooperative game, if you didn't have that timer, there wouldn't be a whole lot of challenge. But the timer also doubled as the clues, which I thought was a really neat way of using one component for a double use. And on top of that, that just really added to the the challenge of it, right? And the excitement of it, and which clues are going to come out, and do you actually spend one as a clue, or do you bring another one out? But either way, the timer is ticking down, so I like that a lot.
Yeah, and this game, for us at least, was pretty difficult. So we have yet to win it, right? I mean, we enjoyed it.
We like challenging games.
We do. We're those weird people, right? We do like challenging games. I like to always let people know that we've actually gotten rid of co-op games that we felt like we won too often.
Yeah.
That's really happened
We
in
like
our
that
collection.
difficult win ratio.
So we actually like losing cooperative games. And so this game gave us a lot of challenge for it being so simple, right? But there was so much challenge there. We had such a hard time winning while we think we're doing everything right. We're always one card away.
Right.
We're always so close to getting it, but we're just one card away. And I like that. And then, there's more.
Right, on top of that, there's, if the challenge of the base game is quite challenging, but on top of that, there's all these additional levels. That's just level 1 out of 5. Then there's all different cards that you can do that you have to, on top of meeting the requirement of the game, you also have to rearrange the board in a certain way.
Like a pyramid.
Right.
Yeah.
Or maybe you have to guarantee that at least the blue and the green are touching, or things like that. Or the timer is an accelerated timer with less information. So there's all different kinds of ways that this game is even more challenging. So if you're looking for a challenging cooperative game, you're going to find it. You're going to find it here, in a good way.
Yeah.
And it's so fast, right? It's not that the challenge is a bad thing. It's over in 5 to 10 minutes, and then set up and do it again. Push yourself again.
So I was first introduced to yokai in a book series that I read. I actually like to read a lot of fantasy and fiction, young adult with different cultures and stuff. That's how I like learn about that. And I had read this young adult series called Shadow of the Fox by Julie Gagwa. It is so good, by the way. I loved it, but she was so nice. She put a little reference in the back for all the people like me who had no idea what she was talking about, but it had all these different things in there, and the main character is a Kitsune. Yeah, like a fox.
Kitsune.
Yeah, so that was the main character, and I was so excited when I saw that game because I was like, I know what this is, right? And so you could have made this a lot of different themes, right? You could have had a lot of different things about that, but I was so excited to see something that I had recently learned about of a different culture just implemented in a game, because you really could have made it anything. So I just like that was what it was.
You guys, I thought this game was pretty neat. I've really enjoyed tiling games. Not that this is tiling, but it's tile shifting, right? It's tile adjacent, we'll say.
Yeah.
It's cooperative. It's that cooperative with memory, which those two things don't often go hand in hand, along with that kind of that minimal interaction or minimal communication. That was really, really fun. I think this filled a hole in our collection that I didn't even know we had,
Yeah.
It's just a really enjoyable game that I think we're going to be able to break out in a lot of different scenarios, fill out a really short time span, but still a good, thinky, cooperative experience.
Yeah, so for me, this actually replaces a game in our collection.
Yeah?
Yeah, so this game, even though it doesn't play at all the same, it gives me the similar feel of Hanabi. Yeah. Right? You have limited information and you're trying to create things in certain orders or try to get a certain pairs together or the string together. And I just feel like I would prefer playing this over that.
Yeah, we haven't broken out in a while, and it's because it's more frustrating without as much payoff.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can always find us on Facebook, we're Ryan Bethany Board Game Reviews. On Twitter, we're Ryan Bethany1. And on Instagram, we are Ryan and Bethany.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.